For all of the good in AI advances, there is a bad that is already turning into a real problem. When people use it to manipulate photos and videos, the damage goes way beyond the fact that it's fake, and it can lead to chaos and confusion. And when that happens, who is being held responsible? Chris Horapsky has some recent drastic examples where the concern is real and the answer is complicated.
No!
After the world saw this, the hunt to ID the ICE agent who shot Renee Good became a torrent of disinformation. According to X's AI chatbot, Grok, multiple users asked it to unmask the face of the ICE agent, a digital best guess for Grok. The fake face was posted. Under it, a comment calling the man Steve Grove of Minneapolis.
As I dug into it, I saw claim after claim saying that I was the shooter.
This is Steve Grove of Minneapolis, who happens to be the publisher of the Minnesota Star Tribune.
You started to see people saying, let's go get him and his family. Let's get this man and make him pay for what he did. And at some point, there were 6,000 to 7,000 posts on this across 7 different platforms.
Once the agent's real identity was revealed, the fake story died down. Grove is upset, though, that this viral mishap took away from the actual story.
Did you ever think about any legal repercussions, any filing a lawsuit?
No, we didn't. I mean, again, I'm safe, my family's safe, people have moved on. We don't want to distract from the attention.
I couldn't believe it.
Nakima Levy-Armstrong has a similar story, but hers goes all the way to the top. The attorney and activist was arrested after interrupting a church service in protest of the pastor's employment with ICE. Homeland Security released one image of Levy-Armstrong's arrest. Shortly after, the White House released an AI-altered version.
They darkened my skin. They exaggerated my features. They had tears streaming down my face. They had my hair disheveled. I believe that because the White House could not break me, they put out an image showing me broken, which is absolutely despicable and disgusting.
So do you think you have a legal path to sue here?
Well, I'm hoping to be able to sue.
Both cases beg the question, who's responsible when AI is used to harm someone?
Most of the AI that we interact with is subject to terms and conditions that we agree to.
AI lawyer and Stanford Law fellow Aaron Kahana says recent case law has spared AI developers. In one of the first major AI cases, a Georgia radio host sued OpenAI after ChatGPT falsely claimed that he'd committed a crime. The court dismissed that case, saying a mistake was made with no proof that OpenAI intended to harm the guy. But when a person uses AI to create a fake image or audio clip and spread it, courts are less forgiving. In Maryland, a school employee was sentenced to jail after using AI to create a racist deepfake recording of a principal. Okay, but what if, like in Levy-Armstrong's case, the government does it?
The White House is immune from these things by design, by Congress design.
Kahana says not only is the president immune to civil and criminal prosecution for acting on the job, but a law passed by Congress just after World War II bars people from suing the federal government explicitly for defamation.
The question really is whether or not what the White House did was illegal. It's not. It's bad taste, for sure. Is it illegal? No.
Who does Steve Grove blame?
I put the blame squarely on X. You create these tools, and you better know how they're going to be used and think through the moral implications of them. And I don't think that company or that platform is doing that.
Levy-Armstrong hopes her case can lead to citizen protections against government attacks.
We need to be watchful and mindful of what's happening here, because if they're allowed to get away with this, in my case, the sky's the limit in terms of what they'll do next.
President Trump has not spoken about the Levy-Armstrong post, but a White House spokesperson posted that the memes will continue. As for X's Grok, it is currently facing a class action lawsuit in California and investigations in Europe alleging that Grok has been used for non-consensual sexual images of real people, some of them minors. All right, well, back to the Olympics. Athletes at the Winter Olympics have a lot of skill and have done a lot of hard work to reach the games. But luck Luck may also play into how they do. And when it comes to luck, there is a spot in Milan that thousands of people go to for a chance at some good fortune and to make their wishes come true. Alicia Lewis tells us more.
This mall has been around for more than a century, and at the very center of it, you'll see a large gathering pretty much every single day of people spinning around in circles, one person after the next, and they're all hoping for a little bit of luck. Among all the people shopping are some taking a few minutes to dig in their heels and spin around right in the middle of the mall's marble floor.
I don't know if you noticed, but there are people for sure spinning right over there.
Something Milan resident Alessandro Pini says is part of a long Italian tradition that people have been doing for decades.
Ever since they opened the Galleria, it became so very popular, and it's a long time tradition indeed.
All for luck, right on top of the coat of arms for the city of Torino.
Really because of a very specific part of the ball that they're spinning on, which in Italy we say is good luck.
Then spinning 3 times, thinking of what they want most. And now after tens of thousands of heels, spinning for more than 100 years, there's a hole in the bowl.
Well, now we have a hole.
But Alessandro says there's also no doubt countless wishes have been granted, and that's no bowl.
You never know. Anything can help.
Now, I've walked through the Galleria every single day, and I've yet to see an Olympic athlete hoping for a little bit of luck. But I took my spin at it. Take a look at this. It took me a lot of courage to get to the middle because you got to let people go in front of you. But I finally got enough courage. I made my wish. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but hopefully it comes true. Reporting in Milan, Alicia Lewis, KARE 11 News.
I think she wished for more pasta. We miss Alicia. Hey, thanks for joining us. We got more news and weather coming up after the break.